Hey guys, Dr. Joe here with Performance and Recovery Clinic. I just want to hop in and kind of talk about what we do at Performance and Recovery Clinic to set us a little bit different than the typical run-of-the-mill chiropractic, physical therapy, other doctor's office. On our first appointment, you can expect us to go through a deep, thorough examination, analysis, and assessment. So what we often do is just kind of see where we are statically. And we'll go through a little bit of alignment, seeing where there's a little bit of tissue that's a little bit more tight, tense, and a little bit more difficult or even like painful to go through it. Now, one of the things we often see is tight traps right up in here. So that can also tell us if there's a lot of tension getting held onto, a lot of stress, or even like a little bit defensive kind of things, usually from some kind of pain or some kind of lifestyle that we need to work on the modifications, especially if we're working in front of a desk and have these tight traps, causing oftentimes cervicogenic headaches. Now, the next step we'll kind of go through is a small movement analysis. So we're just having ourselves just kind of standing still and going through a little bit of movements and seeing if there's any kind of pain, if there's dysfunction going on, and if there's asymmetry between left and right, if there's deficiency between the left and right or forward and back. And that way we'll mark that down and then have a chance to compare what we are as a baseline and then after treatment. Now this gives us a lot of information and data because that way we can dissect into what tissue is actually the issue so we can work on the root cause of the problem. Now, we treat this at Performance and Recovery Clinic with a method of chiropractic adjustments, rehabilitation exercises, stretches, and then we also go through strengthening and stabilizing exercises, some manual therapy or soft tissue work, and we also have a couple other devices that will bring in technology into the aspects. If it's more of a chronic kind of pain or if there's a lot of restrictions from like scar tissue, then we use our shockwave therapy. If there's a little bit more of an acute kind of injury and there's a lot of inflammation and things are a little more superficial, we have things like infrared and a cold laser. We also have a PMF machine that helps relax muscle spasms and it can help alleviate a little bit of issues and pain for when we're dealing with something like a disc herniation. Now, this is just a few things that we set ourselves apart to really keep the quality of care really high at Performance and Recovery Clinic. If this is something that interests you and you want high quality chiropractic care, visit us at www.rfvchiro.com or give us a call if you're in the Roaring Fork Valley. Now, we also offer a YouTube page where we go through a lot of our exercises and demonstrations of how to make yourself better day by day. Hope that helps. Take care.